ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So we're on Mines, and we are in the one and only. It's the SU-76I. It's that I was talking about it the other day, and somebody asked me about it. And it's a Tier 3 tank destroyer that they accidentally sold. It was supposed to only be sold on the RU server, and they sold it on the NA server. I saw it one morning. I got up, and what I normally do back when I lived in a house and wasn't out on the road, I would get up in the morning, turn on my computer. First thing I do is check World of Tanks and see what new tanks, big bad beastie tanks they had online for sale. When I saw this SU-76 I thought, well, I'm gonna snag it. That thing that I just buy at that time, and I still do. I just buy all the premiums. That way I can do tank reviews on them and whatnot. So I bought it. My son was headed to school. Sent him a message real quick on his cell phone. Said, "Hey, 76 SU-76I new tank destroyer. Do you want it? Tier 3." And he didn't normally play Tier 3s, but it looked pretty like a pretty badass little tank destroyer. And he said, "Yeah, sure." So it's only I think $10. Might not even been that. It was 10, $12 or less. And he said, "Yeah." So I hopped back online. So this is a span of half an hour, and I went to buy it for him. Gone. But like I told you, that's when they figured out that they weren't supposed to sell it. They only ended up selling a couple thousand to the U.S. server. I imagine, World of Tanks is money hungry, and you see that they're selling all these tanks that, like the PZ2J. Actually, we got one in our battle here. He was setting right. I thought he was over here somewhere. But anyways, I know he was sitting over there. Where'd he go? Emma Cruiser T70 PZ1C T29 M2 PZ Cruiser. Oh, right behind me. Yeah, so they sold that. They're selling it for 72 hours. But like I said, I'm not going to get one. I could, but that basically is just a steel clubbing tank. That is, when you play that, you're not going to make credits at all whatsoever, and everybody knows about it. So why waste $100? I mean, yeah, you would get a year's, so you get like a year premium time, and I think you get like 1,000,000 credits and a little bit of gold or something. But it's just $100 that I could spend elsewhere, at this present time. So, anyways, we'll get going for this match in the SU-76I tank destroyer. So basically, it does have pretty good frontal armor, 60 millimeters of frontal armor, but the side is, pretty weak like most tanks, and if anybody shoots you with HE or whatnot, it's going to do a lot of damage to your side. So I figure I'm going to go right over here to this position. There's a bush right there, and take shots off up here at anything that comes up on the hill. Because you can get some pretty good shots. People overextend. They think they're going to pop over and light artillery, and then I just plug them and take half their health in one shot. So we kind of putt on over here. Just kind of watching where the team's going. Looks like our M2 medium there wants to climb up the hill. Either that or he's got a real bad botting program. So I'm waiting for anything to get lit up there. Team spreading out nicely, except for not too many going this side. Oh, what's this? What is this? Somebody, oh, and he's gonna shoot me. Oh, look at this. What a beast. What an awesome player. Oh, he shoots me again. Yes. I'm so glad we got this M2 on our team. Do you think he's gonna leave me alone? No, why would he do that? What a fucking idiot. Bet you guys didn't see that one coming now, did ya? And that is a retarded piece of shit scrub that decided he was going to ruin my game because why? Because he's a fucking idiot. So yeah, that was my match. I was going to, actually this was the one I was going to do as a review to show you guys the SU-76I, but ended up not being able to do it because of this jackass that got banned. Right off the bat I said report him, for team killing. I mean, what a dick. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to have to do the review of the 76I at a later time, because right after this match we had in advance, and I'm going to go ahead and actually show that to you. But I thought you guys get a chuckle out of that. The great people that you have at low tiers. I don't know if he just didn't know what to shoot, or if he was just a stupid ass. I think it was option number 2. He was just a retarded stupid ass. our team goes on to win this battle. So, anyways, I'll be right back with an actual battle in the advanced in the 268 version 4 that we had. So, be right back, guys. Alrighty, so here's the results of that match. Tank and Trucker, what's up? Why did you no damage? Because I didn't get any shots off, because the asshole on my team killed me. I didn't bump him, didn't touch him, didn't come near him. I stopped to aim in at tanks that were up on the hill, and next thing I know, he's shooting me till I was dead. Not cool. Yeah, he did 0 damage other than to me, and he got banned. I did make 7,395 credits out of that deal. You should make a whole lot more than that when somebody does some shit like that. And they shouldn't charge you to fix your damn tank when you get team killed. Obviously, they know you got team killed. You know, they can see that. The guy gets banned, and they still charge me to fix my tank thanks to some jackass that's too stupid to shoot at the right tanks. I saw at the beginning of the match that his stats were either... like, he just didn't have enough battles for it to even show his statistics. And all I can think of after I pulled up his stats was maybe he didn't know who was who on the... You know, you can't possibly be that stupid, I don't think. Unless maybe he's like a 7 or 8 year old and he just doesn't get it. Because he only has 15 battles. And, you know, I pulled up all his tanks. He had 0 damage in most of them. His wins were basically because, you know, he was just on the team that won. You know, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. You know, basically a clock is right 2 times a day. And he just happened to be on the team there and there and there that he won a couple of them because it wasn't because of him. I mean, this match in the M2 medium, he did 0 damage. I think, was he in when he killed me just now? Yeah, M2 medium. Yeah, that's what he was in when he killed me. So he did 0 damage in the last 2 matches to any enemies. But he did, you know, whatever I had for hit points in that little, you know, SU-76I. T2 medium here. 86 damage. Low tractor, 0 damage. M medium 1, 20 damage. 30 damage in this little K Hausenka. And the STRV FM21, 64 damage. That's the most damage he did in all of his tanks put together almost. So yeah, it's all I can think of is he forgot to wear his little blue helmet. You know, mom didn't change his diaper and he was mad and, you know, he peed himself and, you know, he just wanted to get banned real quick so mommy would change his diaper. But yeah, fun times. You gotta love it when your own team kills you and you don't do any damage and it affects your stats, your win rate, your WN8 thanks to some asshat that's too dumb to shoot at the right tanks. But yeah. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. I just kind of figured I'd slide it in there with this one that we had with our clan there. So, yep, Purdue. You guys take it easy, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you the actual advance that we had in the 268 version 4. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here we are in Steeps, however you want to pronounce it, and I'm in the Object 268 version 4, and basically I was going by where I was supposed to set up by a ping, somebody pinging on the map, because I had a little issue with my internet all of a sudden crapping out on me, and the inverter that I'm plugged into for power, and I'll explain it to you after this. My inverter crapped out on me, and I had to keep reaching over and shutting it off, and then turning it back on to reset it, because every time it would air out, I lost power to my laptop, and it would go to the battery, and this gaming laptop has a hellacious video card in it, and it would just start sucking the battery down so bad it started playing like crap. So I'd have to reach, and I did it. I mean, I literally had to shut it off and turn it on probably, I'm guessing about 30, 35, 40 times, somewhere around in there. I had to keep reaching over, shut it off, wait a second, turn it back on. I'd get power again, and my frames per second would go back up, and my ping would go okay, and as soon as that thing crapped out on me again, I would know it was doing it, because all of a sudden it would start running like crap. You can see my frames dropping down to 30, 29, and then you'll see it pop back up because I reach over, shut it off for a second, turn it back on, and then my ping goes, or my frames per second go back up like they should. And my ping, I think it was affecting my network card, just everything. When it was on running off battery, it was really screwing stuff up. It's a gaming laptop, but when you're gaming, you're really meant to have it plugged in for power, because it's running everything at optimal speeds, and it's overclocking it, and it's also running a regular, like a, well, they call it a mobile version of a regular video card. So it doesn't have a crappy built-in video card that's, you know, worthless. But see an IS-7, we get a nice shot on him, and we light him on fire. He had an automatic fire extinguisher, so it puts it out. So we hit him for 767 total with the actual shot and what he burnt for. Average damage on this gun is 650, and you can see our team over there is just, they're really pushing that side hard. They did have a bad chat, and I think they had one other tank over this way that was kind of working as their eyes. And so I'm kind of waiting for shots of opportunity. And we had a Centurion Action X over here, was trying to get shots off, kind of sniping. Our Object 140, same thing, 57 Heavy. Basically our 57 Heavies, Action X, 140, they're just kind of doing the same thing. I'm waiting for these guys to come up over. We've got artillery. Artillery just dropped, went and stunned a bunch of them, did some damage to them. I was going to try getting a shot at that E4, but just it wasn't happening. So I pre-aim up here because I see this IS-7 booking through there. Put a nice one right in his side for 685. And like I said, if you see it seems like it's getting real sluggish. That's just because my inverter in my truck was screwing up, and I had to keep shutting it off and turning it back on. So if you see my frame rates drop really low, and all of a sudden it starts acting real funky, that's what it is. So, but anyways, I think right here started doing it. Yeah, you can see my frame rates drop down to 34. And I started pulling forward and did it again, so you can get 45. So, and my ping at the same time would go way up, and it would start, yeah, it was really, yeah, 34, 32. My frame rates are never, ever that low. I mean, 34. Yeah, it was usually, when it's running like it's supposed to, I'm usually right around 80 to 90 on a good normal game. But when it would cut the power to the video card, start running it from the laptop, I would shut it off, turn it back on, and then it would start charging the battery. Plus, it's running the video card and the computer and everything. So I was getting better frames. You can see it's up there around 80 right there, 85. But then you'll see it drop way down. And then when I turned it back on, it would take a second or two, and then the battery would start charging, and it'd get the power back to the video card and start running good. And then it would drop back there. It's down to 40, 45. And then you see it pop way back up real quick. So that's because I'd shut it off, turn it back on. But yeah, this was real fun. So basically I was playing World of Tanks. I was doing this match one-handed because I had to keep reaching underneath the bunk and shutting off the inverter and turning it back on. Yeah, talk about a joy. So basically these guys over here, you can go ahead and, those guys that were over here, I think what they did is actually hauled tail, ran back this way, and they were going to try coming around the other side of the map and flanking us. Shut this off or I freeze to death. And basically what I'm doing is I'm playing this as if, unfortunately, it's kind of like a pub match, or just off of how we used to run clan wars, because you know, my whole team's in TeamSpeak. They're talking, you got somebody calling the battle, he's telling everybody where to go, but I can't hear it because my TeamSpeak, I just shut it off to at least help my ping stay up enough to where I could actually play the game. So I see a C3 and another one lights up over here in a second, and I thought, you know, I'm going to come up over this way and just drive. No, actually I try and take a couple shots at him here. That's right. I should have shot at that bat chat, but by the time my reticle was shrunk in, there was he was already backed up in a little slot, little area over here where I couldn't get a shot at him. So I figured I'd go for the E3 again. Okay. That shot, if you can tell me if you saw that come out of the barrel, you know, you win the lottery. I actually did pen them, I believe. But so what I'm going to do right now is the Object 140 just took out the bat chat. I'm going to drive. These two guys are these two E3s. Hard to get on them here. One of them is facing this way. One of them is facing that way. So we got a T57 Heavy, 268 down there. We got the T100 LT, Object 140. And what I'm going to do is, being that I have my full health, drive straight down with these guys, take a shot at one of the E3s, and hopefully get them to turn their guns towards me, because I'm going to drive over here. So basically what that's going to do is, if they do turn their guns towards me, which 90% of the time they will, because otherwise I'm just going to turn around and start shooting them in the side. They're going to turn their guns towards me, which in turn is going to give these guys here will have shots on the sides of these two E3s. And the T100 LT and the 140 can start getting shots at them, you know, also. Like I said, I didn't have TeamSpeak on, so I had no clue what they were saying. He could have been, when I was charging down there, he could have been like, "Ah, you're a fucking crazy nut." But it worked out. Ended up working out because both the E3s get taken out. I did take some damage, but it was well worth it in the long run. So you'll see both of them are turning their, well, this one here was turning his gun towards me. That one got taken out. So I started backing up, and he did turn his gun towards me. And he hit me with an HE shell, which was awesome, because he only did 390 damage, and he ended up getting his butt knocked out. Why would anybody would shoot HE out of an E3, I have no clue. Considering that thing's standard penetration is like 290 something. But so now the rest of their team ended up turning around and getting on cap, except for obviously their artillery. So our arty's heading that way to get shots at cap once we light them up. Our 57 Heavy's heading up there, and then you'll see right here I actually am pure red and get disconnected and drive up into the rock. So right there I'm completely like not even in the game. I'm trying to figure it out. My thing, the inverter messed up again, so I had to unplug it. That's why I'm getting 31 frames per second. So yeah, talk about making a match very hard to play. Yeah, and then right now I've got it on cruise control, trying to turn the left and right with my left hand while it's on cruise control, and aim and turn the inverter on and off at the same time. Oh, what fun. So we pop up here, aim up at the U4's commander's hatch. I do take a shot there for 735, and he's obviously shooting gold like I would be. Where he hit me? Oh, hit me right here. Gold round will go through pretty much anywhere on the front of this from the E4 and the E3. But we end up taking him out, which gets a little bit, not a full reset. You can see it's at 7 seconds. So I got to get back up there and get some more shots on there. Our 57 Heavy, I believe, was loading. Our 268 is in this position over here to get shots, and our artillery is, and our 140, I believe, they told him to go up here and help the T100. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I couldn't hear anything that was going on. But with 7 seconds, I know I need to get a reset, and I need to get it now. So even though I'm pulling up here and the E3 can get a shot on me, I need to make sure I can pen him. He bounces. Hit his lower plate, reset cap again. I want to see where he bounced. Oh, he hit me right there. Yeah, you're not going to pen that. Now, if he would have hit up here, good chance he probably would have lit me on fire and definitely penned. Or if he would hit me down in this above those. If you need to shoot at one of these in the front, basically you have an upper and lower part of this plate. The lower part is, yeah, you're not going to pen it. It's really thick. If you look at these, it zooms in too fast. If you look at these little tow hooks, if you look at the center of those that go across right there, if you aim basically anywhere in this little box, you know, where those tow hooks are, like the center of those across from each other, this little box, like I'm you know, going around here, this little area right in here, there's a really good chance you'll pen, because you just hit the upper part of the lower plate. If you got a high penetrating round, you can put it through the superstructure. This way, if I were on the enemy team, I would have been aiming for this right here. It's not the biggest thing to shoot at, but it's the easiest thing to penetrate on this. If the player's bouncing back and forth, you're going to have a heck of a time. I actually came in at an angle thinking the E3 was going to shoot at my lower plate, so I angled it, and that also makes it a lot harder to pen that lower plate. So I get a reset there, and I think the 140 gets some damage on him. I'm backing way off because my, here I'm backing into our 57 heavy. My inverter screwed up again, so when I went to back up, I just kept backing up. Then we come up here and we put one into the IS-7. I waited till I got a nice shot in the side. Put one in him for 590, which is a lovely low roll. But we pretty much got this in the bag. But yeah, that was a phenomenal calling from the caller on this match. I believe... Let me see if I can find him. I know he was... Grimmy, Jack Ray, DJ... Oh, it's Rubert. Rubert, this guy right here. He was the one calling the battle. Phenomenal caller. He's really, really, really good at calling battles. You would think he's been calling battles for like several years. He's really good. He might have been calling battles for several years. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I'm glad to have him in the clan. He's a super, super caller. But yeah, so like I'm trying to get people to come aboard. So if you're looking for a clan, come over here. We'll give you a home. But yeah, we ended up whooping on these guys, and it was kind of nice. Unfortunately, I had to drop out after this match because trying to keep my game to where I could actually make it playable was not any fun, because I had to literally play the game almost one-handed because I had to keep reaching underneath my bunk and shutting the inverter on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. But yeah. So if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so here's the results of that match. I had some technical difficulties, as in the, I'll try and do this and be nice about it. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, piece of shit, pile of crap, hunk of junk, truck that I'm in right now that is a temporary truck until mine gets fixed. Mechanic changed my oil yesterday, and it's got like 3 filters: your main oil filter, and a secondary, and your primary, secondary, and it's got a third filter. They all, 2 of them set right next to each other. They got these plastic caps. That's how cheap trucks are built nowadays. It's like a plastic housing cap that they unscrew, pull the filter out, put the new filter in, screw the cap back on. When he snugged it down too much, snapped the cap. So I got driving down the road, heated up the plastic. It's thick plastic. I mean, I actually thought it was metal at first, but heated up, made it down the road about 30 miles. It split open the rest of the way and dumped all the oil out of my truck. I'm sitting at an intersection, bop into my music, do. Next thing I know, my dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree, and it was saying engine oil level low, engine damage will occur, shut engine off right now. And I looked up on my engine oil, the oil pressure, and it was down at like 5. And we're talking, it's supposed to be up between 40 and 60. Some trucks it's on 40, some it's on 60. My truck normally is in between 40 and 42. It was down at like 5, if that. So, and setting at a red light. So I looked both ways, nothing's coming. I shot through the intersection, got off the shoulder of the road, shut the truck off, hopped out of the truck, and popped the hood, looked, and there was oil flipping everywhere. So long story short, they had a mechanic come out, look at it. He figured out what it was, and I guess maybe they couldn't get the part or something. And I mean, this was only like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Personally, I think somebody should have went to Peterbilt from my company, since it was my company that changed the oil, and put me in this situation, picked up the frickin' cap from their parts department, because I mean, most of these trucking companies, Peterbilt, Freightliner, they're open till 8, 9, some of them are open all night, because the mechanics work all night or real late, but their parts department are open. But no, so they said, well, we're going to tow you back. Tow me back, you heard me right. Yeah, a $700-800 bill. I didn't have to flip the bill since it wasn't my mistake. I didn't screw it up. And they said they would make it right, and they did. They got me towed back, but I had to sit there for another 2 hours. They said, oh, the mechanic that, screwed up is going to wait around and try and get you back on the road. Awesome. So, I'm texting them constantly the whole time saying, hey, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm at. They're on the way. We'll be there in about half an hour, half hour, 50 minutes. We're almost there. We get there. Mechanic's gone. I'm like, that motherfucker. And, yeah, he's off for the weekend, too. Spot on there. So I'm screwed. And they said, well, we've got a truck we can put you in, and it's a temp truck. And let me tell you, whoever had this truck before me, they did not take care of this thing at all. It's flipping nasty. I mean, I don't mean like bugs or anything. It's just, they're underneath the bunk. It looks like there was a hurricane and oil and radiator fluids just everywhere. I mean, the inside of the truck's just dirty. I don't think he ever cleaned it. I found food and stuff underneath the driver's seat. I'm like, get me out of this truck as soon as possible. But, so, I test my ping and everything. Rocking, good to go, good ping. We're going to do these advances, get a bunch of boxes, and you get awards, and it's fun, too. It's as close as you can get to having a clan war without actually running a clan war. So I get everything all set up, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this beep, beep. I'm like, what the hell is that? And right before the match started, I exited out to my desktop. I look down at my battery, and my battery's going down. It's plugged in now into a inverter, which is supposed to basically take the power of the vehicle, turn it into your regular outlet power for like your house, and I got my laptop plugged into it, and it's a gaming laptop. There's 2 video cards. When you play like World of Tanks or whatever, it uses the big video card, the NVIDIA 980M SLI, whatever, and so it draws a lot of power. And I had the APU out, which is outside. That runs in the summertime. You run air conditioning. Wintertime, it heats your truck, and it also keeps power going so you can play games and whatever, run your TV with things plugged into the inverter inside the truck. So inverter's beeping, 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 and I had to keep leaning over trying to do this battle and shut it off real quick and turn it back on to reset it, because that's the only way to reset these. And it would run great for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and then beep, beep, and I'd have to lean over and shut it off and turn it back on. And every time, you'll see probably in the game, every time I would lose that inverter power and would go to the battery power on my laptop, it would really get like laggy. Not the internet, but the actual game itself. My frames would drop because it's still trying to run that game, the gaming video card off battery power, which is really not meant to. I mean, you can, but you really got to turn the graphics down, or it just sucks that battery dry within. I mean, I've played a game on this. It was actually World of Tanks with just a battery, because I forgot to plug it in. Played one match, and it popped up right after the match. It popped up, said your battery power is lowest down to like 15 or 20% in one game, which, I mean, it was a 15-minute game, but still, I mean, it sucked that battery that quick. So I'm dinking around with it, and the match ends. They ended up replacing me, which I was calling the battles, and long story short, there's something wrong in between my APU, which runs outside the truck to power my inverter so I can plug my laptop into it. And apparently my laptop was drawing too much power, and it kept airing out the inverter, or doing something, and it was making it air out and quit working. So I shut the APU off outside the truck, turned the truck on, so that problem is now solved. Running off the inverter, running off the power of the truck works beautiful. But the only problem is my ping. Let's see what we got it up to here. Yeah, 118, but yeah, 116. Not too shabby, so I'm going to probably see. They'll probably be done by the time I am able to hop back in there with them. But it really sucks. This is what I got to go through sometimes to make a video or even want to play World of Tanks or something. It just sometimes it really sucks. But so that's my life story right now. Anyways, so I just wanted to put this video out there just to show you guys, we did have to use some Legionnaires because we don't have quite enough people. We didn't have enough people on tonight to um, run run with us from our own clan. We're getting up there in numbers slowly, but like I said, if you're looking for a home, awesome clan, um, you'll be well taken care of. We actually got a company that's going to be sponsoring us, and once we get enough people and we start running Clan Wars and these advances and stuff all the time, when I make a video, you'll see a little icon up here, probably on the when the video first starts. It'll be somewhere on the screen, and like you can click on it. It'll take you to the company that's sponsoring. So it takes you to their website, and it'll tell about their company and whatnot. And some people might click on it and end up using them for whatever their business is. It's, I think, building like build the houses or whatever. I know it's in the building. It's not somebody I know. It was actually the clan commander. It's somebody he worked for. So we're going to be adding that on hopefully soon, but we need to get more people in order to be able to do that. And then the payouts will be nice because I'm not going to divulge the amount, but they will be paying our clan for for them sponsoring us, and me putting their logo up here for them to people to click on and go to their website and maybe use them, maybe not. You never know. I mean, literally, one person uses them and it pays for what they're going to pay us or whatever that month, and it's a monthly payment. It's really cool. I got to give our commander Charlie some kudos on that. It's the first clan I've been in that's really done something like that, so that was good work on his part. A lot of footwork to do that too, I imagine. So you'll probably see a little icon up here eventually, and but the nice thing is the gold payouts will be every clan I've been in, and I've been in some good ones. I mean, I've been in Otter and Thugs and Harms and just some real big name clans, but my gold payouts were always maybe 30 gold. I think the most I ever got was like 200 gold. So our gold payouts will be a substantially bigger amount than that, which will be nice. I personally, I'm not going to take gold payouts because I'm one of the officers of the clan, and I don't like taking gold payouts anyways because I always usually have several million credits and usually several thousands or close to 1,000,000 gold. So they're a little shy right now with only 48 gold, but anyway, so that's kind of that. And sorry, this video is kind of long, but I just kind of wanted to explain to you guys what's going on with our clan, kind of where I've been the last couple days. I got a couple videos out the other day, and I wanted to get this one out here just to show you how we're doing. So anyways, when you have these matches, I don't think you can get like top guns and stuff, but I ended up getting a 2,326 WN8. The efficiency on that was awesome at 8,444, which was 100%. So I hit this IS-7 one time for 767, and we actually knocked out his fuel tank. I lit him on fire too, I believe, if I remember right. He got damaged for 120 from me spotting him. This other IS-7, they brought a lot of IS-7s, obviously. I hit him for 685. The other IS-7 here, the third one of the bunch, hit him for 590 with a little bit of a low roll. Then he got hit for 117 upon me spotting. You can see they brought a lot of armor, IS-7s and E3s. Those T110 E3s are just a pain in the rear end to penetrate. I did sling pretty much all gold rounds because normally I wouldn't if it were just a tier 10 match, but when you're competing, you need every one of those rounds to penetrate, so you need to shoot gold. Other than if it's like a type 5 heavy that you're got driving in front of you, then you want to shoot AP at its side because of the spaced armor. You get to know what has spaced armor, where you can pen and where you can't. So we hit this T110 E3 right here for 698. Knocked out his track, and he got hit for 329 from me spotting. And I was going to look the gun on this. I think the average damage is 650. Yeah, 650. So I got a couple good rolls. We hit this other E3 for 559. Just after I say I hit a couple of these for good rolls, and I get a 559 roll. We bounced 2 of his rounds for, actually this is 1 ricochet, 2 non-penetrating. So basically we bounced 2 of his rounds for 1,500 damage. Another E3, looks like we just knocked off his track. This E4 hit him once and finished him off. He only had 313 health left. and knocked out his gun. I got base defense of 46. They were trying to cap out on us, and I was able to get up there. I took some damage to do it, but I was full health, and that's what I mean. If you've ever heard me talking in videos about making sure you have hit points that you can divvy out for damage in order to reset cap, or if you got a YOLO in on a tank, and like I did that too. I came up over the hill. I shot at one of the E3s. I think I bounced off them, but I knew that as soon as I did that, as I'm turning around, because these things, the 268-4 does turn really slow now. It's about its only downfall. So as I'm spinning, I know these E3s are going to be aiming their guns at me. Both of them did. They started turning their guns towards me. They took one of them out before he got a shot on me. The other one, he did get a shot on me, but he ended up getting taken out because he turned around, gave everybody his sides because he was trying to take me out. So it worked out. I did lose 750 hit points or whatever that time, but then I still had a good chunk of hit points, and I took another hit or two in order to get that reset on cap, because if I wouldn't have, they would have actually capped us out. Where are we at here? So got second most damage at 3,612, one kill, base experience of 988, which is not too bad. Most of the people that were on here, we're actually our clan is good friends with Threat. It's another clan that our commander got hooked up with. Bunch of awesome guys, really awesome people, and they knew that we were short, and we helped them out too. We were short people, so they ran with us. If they're ever short, we'll run with them. That's the nice thing when you buddy up with other clans. You can cover each other's backs, and like clan wars and these advances, and just you can train together. It's really cool to have be buddied up with clans like that. So we had 9 shots, 9 hits, 6 pen. Total damage was 3,612. From a distance of more than 300 meters was 1452. We got hit 4 times, 2 pen, 2 bounce for 1,500 damage bounce. We damaged 7, destroyed 1. Damage with our assistance was 566, and we only lost 8,274 credits. Not too bad. Pretty sure I shot all premium, but you'll see I was having a hell of a lag issue, and I think a lot of it was because when I would lose the power, because this stupid inverter in here that wasn't working right, when that would go down, my video card would start stuttering really bad, and it was hard. I'd lean over, turn it off, turn it back on. You'd see the tank all of a sudden start running great. I think that might have been what was affecting my card too. Yes, yeah, 127 is still kind of up there pretty bad. But I think that might have been affecting my network card too, because it was running great, and then all of a sudden this starts happening. It's just like a kick right in the nuts. But yeah, so that was an advance that we just had. So yeah, if you're looking for a clan, guys, we're looking for people. So don't hesitate to come talk to me. Send me an email. I think our TeamSpeak info might be in the channel. Actually, I'll add it so it's there. But feel free to come on over. If you just want to come over and say hi, feel free to. We're a pretty friendly clan. We like to have people come over and run with us. So, but we're really trying to get more people right now. But yeah, if you're interested and you're looking for a home, awesome clan to be in. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.